and welcome back to Cheap Wine Girls. I'm Allie.
And I'm Alex, and today we have a delightfully smiley wine from Trader Joe's. It's called the Project Happiness Syrah from 2009 from the Central Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's from Oreana Winery, but you'll know it by the smiley face on the bottle. How much did this cost?
This cost $5.99 at Trader Joe's.
They tell you to remember the 50s and forget the 80s and wear seersucker, and that maybe you should adopt a pet. It's kind of light.
Yeah, it's really light. Let's see how happy this wine makes us.
Cheers. It smells great. It smells kind of fruity. It's really light.
Super light. Not like any Syrah I've ever had.
No, it's kind of weirdly...
like a watered down Syrah, and that sounds like a bad thing, but I don't really mean it in a bad way.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just different. It's not what I expected.
I'm sure if you drank the whole bottle, you eventually would look like this face on the front, so that's cool.
Yeah.
In the 90s, did you ever go to Claire's at the mall and look at jewelry that had this?
Totally.
Yeah, I just remember growing up, like, these smiley faces and the peace signs being all the rage, and so that's what this sort of reminds me of.
Their sort of thing of what makes you happy. You should remember the 50s and forget the 80s. And I would argue, as a woman and as a child of the 80s, that the 80s win in that competition.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I've never been to the 50s, but... you know.
I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of glamorous in Mad Men in the first season of Mad Men.
Kind of, yeah. They do drink a lot, so we would like that. Yeah. Well, we're totally happier right now.
You know that thing when you start laughing before you've swallowed?
Yes.
And then it becomes like a panic laughter of like...
You're trying to keep it in and not spitting it everywhere.
That just happened.
Yeah. Oh, we should put that on the back of the bottle, too. I think if it didn't say Syrah, this is weird, but I think if it didn't say Syrah, then I would probably be happier.
Interesting.
No,
it's not weird.
With how it tastes. But because it is a Syrah, you have that expectation of what you said.
Right.
For it to taste like a Syrah. But really, it tastes fine. It's just like a nice, light, cheap red that you could drink any day.
Yeah.
For anything. And it's good.
3.5?
Perfect.
3.5 stars.
3.5 stars.
Pretty happy.
Decent. Definitely worth $5.99.
I feel like I've had other wines for like $3.99 that are pretty similar.
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel better about it if it was $3.99, but
I'd feel better about everything if it was cheaper than it is.
That's true.
Yeah. We're going to keep drinking this. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
I'm sure there are other things that you should do. Oh, cheapwinegirls.com.
Yeah. And by the way, thank you to Mickey. You texted me this wine a few months ago, and we're finally getting to it. And we like it, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do you think that the red wine dripping down the face is kind of morbid?
It looks a little like blood.